Ho 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 ho.
Ho ho hos.
You know, I'm sitting here with this fucking hat on my head, right?
It's
Trying
amazing.
to get the whole jingle bells thing in spirit. And wouldn't you know that Facebook is acting like super glitchy right now?
Mm, yeah.
Facebook is acting super glitchy right now. Like I just tried to do something and the little bastard didn't want to behave. Now, got the comment thing set up.
Yes.
But anyway, how has your week been so far? How'd the weekend look for you?
Oh, my weekend was beautiful. My weekend was beautiful. It was a great combination of like relaxation and fun. So it was great. The week has just been crazy, wild, crazy. So I'm glad to be
Mm.
sitting down.
Nah, I feel that. Like me, the weekend for me has been kind of tiring. I had a lot of shit to do, too much work, not enough time to do other stuff. But yeah, I'm alright though. You
Good.
know what I'm saying? It's Christmas Eve. I
It's
was
Christmas
able
Eve.
to fight to pick up my son's gift on time. Had to send the order of food because apparently everybody planned for a holiday link up, but forgot to have the food there so my mom could cook it.
Mm, mm.
Thank God for Uber Eats shopping because Instacart was like, oh, nah, the supermarket's closed. Well, not closed, but it's
Clothes.
closing within a couple of hours. And I guess the way they dispatch their orders,
Mm-hmm.
they don't like take orders when it's within 2 hours of the place closing. So,
Oh, mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah. So, Uber Eats came through though. So
Okay.
now when I get to mama's house, it's going to be cooked food and my
Mm.
son's going to love his gift. And I got another thing for him for his birthday, which is on the 29th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just the season to be working. Fa la la
Tis
la
the
la la blah
season.
blah blah.
Oh my gosh,
And
yes.
we talk about the tis the season thing.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, these holidays can be very challenging
Very.
for, a lot of people like me. I personally am not a big fan of holidays, but I'm a father, so I don't have a choice but to deal with it because I like to just sit in my house and brood and and be sad, missing the
Mm-hmm.
loved ones and all of that stuff. And that's normally my lane. That's where I like to be at,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like I tend to bullshit around a lot at this time. I don't really want to hear all the jingle bell music and ho ho ho's and all that shit. So, but nonetheless, I'm trying to perk up. Hence why you see me with this stylish shit hat on. This is like
Let
my
me see.
favorite Christmas hat ever. Look at the length of this hat. Like, this shit is crazy. This
I
shit
love
is,
it.
so I'm gonna wear it until I get hot.
Okay.
but I don't have my heat on, so I should be okay. But we'll see how that.
All right. Well, I'm
Because
up
I'm
north, so my heat is on, and it don't feel like it. It does
well,
not.
that's because you're in the ice box of the state of New York,
It's true.
and you're
It's
not
true.
even but so far up. That's the sad part. It gets worse.
It gets worse.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But yeah. So like I said, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people tend to feel kind of down around this time. People go through different things.
Hmm.
People beat themselves up about stuff. Hey, Kathy, Merry Christmas to you as well. Um, and that's more or less the long and short of that is. it's one of those things, and it's like, what would you say is a good way to maybe try to cope through some of this stuff? Because there are a lot of people who are sitting back and they don't, they really don't know what to do to get through the holiday funk. Like they're sitting there and they're more or less, they're pretty much ignoring everything because it's like, like me, I'll say fa la 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 blah blah blah. I don't want to
Mhm.
hear all that jingle bells bullshit all the time. And Lord knows if I hear the Mariah Carey song one more time, I'm gonna smack myself upside the head. But you know,
So,
how would you say to get
I,
through that?
so I saw this post and I want to read it. I shared it or I saved it. And I agree with it. It says something to remember during the holidays. The holidays can be hard because they often remind us of what we lost or what we're missing. They bring up memories of people we love, moments we've cherished, and dreams we hoped for. It's okay to feel sad even when the world seems full of joy. Sometimes the pressure to be happy can make the hard feelings even heavier. But your emotions are real and valid. It's okay to miss someone. It's okay to feel lonely. And it's okay to take the holidays one moment at a time. What matters most is being kind to yourself. The holidays don't have to be perfect, and neither do you. It's enough to show up just for yourself, however that looks. You're not
Mm,
alone in feeling this way, and it's okay to feel both the sadness and the love that come with this time of year. And I feel like that sums it up perfectly. I follow a Black female therapist on Instagram, and I
hmm
feel like that summarizes this time perfectly because it's like, oh, I get to see my family who's in town or people who I don't usually get a chance to spend time with. And I was thinking as I was driving home today, it's almost like those music videos back in the day where like you see the
hmm
people and they're all together and then like the Bone Thugs and Harmony video, right? Like and then they start fading away and I'm gonna miss everybody, right? So like
that
that's what it
song, that shit depressed. That video, I don't know about you. That video depressed the fuck out of me back in
it
the
is.
day.
It's depressing, but it's so real because you think about your life as a child and where you are now and the people who have faded and who have passed in that time. It's a hard ass time. It's like a bittersweet. It's like I want to be happy, but then here comes like it's a huge combination. I think it's important that we honor all the feelings that are coming up for us.
hmm And that's valid. And the thing is, don't try to hide from the grief. Sweeping it under the rug isn't really an effective way to deal with said. You know, sometimes you got to lean into it, but not lean into it to the point of allowing yourself to like feel down. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
a lot of times I'll see people and they just feel kind of down.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that. You want to feel like you're enjoying, like, okay, yes, this sucks. Like, I'll use me as an example. You know me, I'm always using myself as the guinea pig. You know, it's one of those things where I have had a lot of trouble processing when it comes to Christmas time, especially the holidays in general. The moment Thanksgiving starts all the way through the New Year's is like whatever. I will
Hmm.
tell you that honestly, and this what a lot of people don't know is that typically I don't even go out for Thanksgiving or New Year's. If my family lets me get away with it, like they weren't that close to me for a while as far as location. So I was able to hide.
Yeah.
I'd pop out real quick, see my son, Merry Christmas, blah, blah. But then I go dip off and come back into my cave and go brew, you know. And even though I tend to feel like that, even this year, I kind of was like, eh. But I was like, no, let me lean into it. There's a lot of dope stuff going on. Went to a really nice Christmas party, got some amazing gifts. Matter of fact, this is one of them. Cause I'm gonna put this motherfucker on, which is this shit. It comes with a little gift set with some soap, body wash
Oh,
and shit.
okay. All
It got a
right.
smaller version of it too, and all of that. Got a dope ass candle and shit. I low key do love candles, and this shit smell like everything. So I got this dope ass candle.
Oh,
So I put this stuff over here so I can have it in arm's reach because I want to be able to reach this shit. You know, um, yeah, but I had some, and I got some other stuff too, but some of it I didn't reach for, so it's missing this show.
yeah.
But you know, it just was really fun just to party and be around like people, and it was all love. Everybody was cool, had a great time, all of
Hmm.
that stuff, and then it got my mind off of stuff. I was able to get hammered because I wasn't driving,
Yes.
so I got to drink and pass out on my friend's pull-out couch. And I woke up in the morning with the back pain of the gods, but I was still happy.
That's right. That's right. You have fun.
You got to find ways to try to pull, you got to find ways to pull victory out of the jaws of defeat or to pull some happiness out of the misery that you're feeling. Because sitting around feeling miserable isn't going to do anything for you.
Okay. I believe in honoring the sadness, like not to where you're sinking or you're drowning, but
Hmm.
I believe in honoring the sadness as it comes, but then also knowing your line of when it's like, okay, now this is too much. And not only should you know your line, but people who love you should know your line. Like, okay, like if you don't hear from me for 2 days, reach out to me, right? Like it's
Hmm.
okay to take a day, but if it's 2 days, reach out to me and check in on me. And um, like if you see me and I'm wearing the same thing for days in a row, check in on me, or things like that. So I believe in honoring the sadness because it's a reflection of the love that we lost and that isn't here in the
Right.
physical. And I also believe in making sure you're not drowning in it.
And that's the thing is that there are times that I feel like I'm like, you know, since nobody else is here sharing theirs, once again, I'll throw myself under the bus. That's right. As y'all come on, please like and share this. I want to see 25, 30 shares. Everybody
Yes.
share it. Share this. We need y'all. We trying
Yeah.
to build this thing up, and we need y'all to help us out. It don't cost you nothing to hit the share button, hit the like button. That's all we need from you. And feel free to subscribe too, because we aren't going to do nothing but put up great stuff for y'all to consume. You can listen to. You don't even have to stare at us. You can listen to this while you putting those gifts together, while you
Mhm.
cooking that Christmas dinner, all that good shit. So
Right.
I'm just saying, help a brother and a sister out here. Um, like I said, I'll use myself as an example of the issue. And me, I've went through a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I've done counseling. I've done the work. I've had a lot of pain in my life. I don't share most of it. Not going to
Mhm.
share most of it now. Keeping it generic. But like I said, in
Yeah.
my life, I carry a lot of pain, a lot more than people realize
Mhm.
because I don't wear it. I don't let my pain be my identifier. I don't let
Mhm.
it be my ID card. You see me and look like I got the weight of the world on my shoulders, even if I so happen to have it. You
Yeah.
understand? So that's something that I feel like a lot of times people got to learn. Yes, you're going to have pain, you're going to have things going on, but that doesn't mean that you have to let it be your identifier.
Right. Right.
That's just how I feel. What about you? Like,
No,
how do
I
you
agree.
process?
Oh, how do I process? It depends. If I'm being healthy, I just let it flow out organically. Yesterday was an emotional day for me. It was the day that they buried my father. And
Mm,
so I was sitting,
condolences.
thank you. And so I was sitting and I was like, all right, I'm gonna be sad, but I'm only gonna be sad for a few minutes. And so my friends hate when I like when I time myself, like, all right, I only got 20 minutes to be sad because then I got things to do. because it doesn't give it the space that it deserves sometimes. So that's the way that it's like, it's like a, I don't know if it's the healthiest way, but it's the way. Or sometimes I just let it be.
Hmm.
The holidays bring up a lot of grief, and sometimes it's like I just want to lay on my couch, watch some TV, veg out a little bit, and just like, if tears fall, I'm gonna let them fall. If I feel heavy, I'm gonna feel heavy. Maybe I'll journal about it. I love to journal. I love to put on some like India Ari and light a candle and just journal my feelings, because sometimes I realize things are in there that actually weren't there, or weren't recognizable. So I'll think that I'm, annoyed, but really it's like, oh, I'm actually kind of offended and I'm disappointed.
Hmm.
So when you journal, those feelings can come up that you didn't realize were there, the stuff that's underneath the surface. So,
So,
there's lots of things. Oh, there you go. No, we can't hear you. Nope. Okay, you're back.
okay. Now
Yeah.
that's weird because my do not disturb is on, but somehow it's still, you know, that still happened, which is very awkward, but
It's
I
okay.
guess we'll rock out.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, that was very interesting. Anyway, so my whole thing is that I've felt like through the years that I'm just, like I said, it's one of the hardest things. Like it's hard for me to explain this, which is why I'm kind of stuttering through it
Mm-hmm.
because it's not easy for me to express this stuff, even though I walk around like some pillar of strength. The fact of the matter is that there's plenty of times where you just feel like just throwing your hands up, like fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like literally, you feel like you just don't know. You don't know how to necessarily process the feelings that you're going through.
Yeah.
And, like with me, I just feel like it's one of the things I'm still, even now, I'm still working on it. Most of the time I have it handled. Sometimes it still gets to you.
Yeah.
So in those occasions, that's when I'm like, all right, let's get through this.
That's
Where's
right.
the violin? All of
Yes.
that stuff. My problem is I've forgotten how to cry.
Mm.
So being that I have, for the most part, forgotten how to do such a thing, it makes it hard for me to fully let that shit flow. Like I have to like really build the dam up in order to let something emotional come out. It's
Uh-huh.
funny though because for the happier things now, I feel like it's easier to feel those emotions and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the sadder stuff, it's like my body is fortified. Like, nope, not gonna
Yeah.
do it.
Because
Not gonna do it.
our brains are like designed to protect us, and something about that pain makes it feel so intense that your body and your brain is just like, nope, don't touch that, because if you touch that, it's gonna hurt really, really bad. Like really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what that is. I talked to somebody today and they said I tried being soft this year and now I'm on my villain era. And I was like, wait, 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 wait. And they said that because they lost someone very, very, very special to them. And in a time when they felt unloved and they felt really critical of self, this
Mm-hmm.
person returned to their life, and and they just felt safe again. They felt seen again. They felt loved again. and then they died. And they said,
Ooh.
they said, I don't want to be soft anymore because, like that hurt too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I can understand that. And it's easy to feel like that. But I said, would you trade that? Would you trade what happened when you became soft? Would you trade those feelings? Would you trade that loved one? Would you trade those experiences that you had? And they said no. And I said, unfortunately, these are the consequences of loving so hard.
Wow. And that's the thing. Like, there are consequences to every emotion that you decide to share, experience.
Absolutely.
And that's one of those things where you really have to ask yourself, like, yo, does this shit, like, is this really a thing that I'm going to walk through? Is this a fire that I'm willing to walk through in order to get to the other side? Because don't get me wrong. And Joy said it best. You have to relearn. Like somebody like me, I have to relearn to access my emotions. And it's
Yes.
true. Because with me, I can be the biggest lovingest person in the world and I could turn that shit off like a switch. It's scary how fast I can turn the corner. It's not natural how fast I turn the corner when it comes to something.
Hmm.
That's why I look at myself as an example because, you know, I am the best experiment for that because of my emotional dichotomy. Like 1 minute I can be on this side, and it's not even bipolar because it's not me shifting gears, so to say. It's literally me. Okay, my emotions are on, whoop, turn them on, and then I'm like stone. It's not like I'm jumping from being super happy to super angry. That's the more of the bipolar side. Like people have to understand the difference. Me, I just have maybe a little too much emotional control because emotions are not meant to be 1,000% control. The whole key to feeling is to actually flow. So I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I
but
said, it's one of those things.
bipolar is mania and depression. It's hype, good, great. Oh my gosh, everything's amazing. Not sleeping, all that stuff. To I can't get out of bed. That's the bipolar. So the anger is usually part of the mania,
Yeah.
not the downside.
Educate us. Oh, knowledgeable one. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Yes, because
We,
sometimes people don't understand, and I think a lot of people are undiagnosed bipolar because they say, "Oh no, I'm too sad. I'm not." All these other things that people say, and it's like, no, sadness is exactly what bipolar is. And it has to be like weeks at a time. So it has to be like, it's not just like one day and then the next day. It's like
hmm
2 weeks and then like 2 weeks. So like 2 weeks, I'm hyped, I'm great, I'm outside, I'm partying, I'm doing all this stuff. I could wash all the walls and all the baseboards, and then
hmm
I can't do anything. I can't go to work, I can't shower, I can't, all that other stuff.
So when they're talking that shit about, like, remember when there was a song back in the days, they talking about he can't eat, he can't sleep without you in my life. Like,
Yep.
it's something to that effect.
Yeah, yeah, but and for long term, right? It's not just a short term thing, and it has to cycle. You have to go through that cycle for months. We're getting off topic, but like there's a big book called the DSM, Diagnostic Statistical Manual, and
hmm
you have to qualify for these diagnoses. Like this has to have happened for like 6 months to a year, and this and the same like weekly or month cycle kind of thing before you can be
hmm
diagnosed. It's not just because you're going through a bad breakup. It's because
Right.
this is my actual feelings 24/7.
hmm And that's fair.
Yeah.
And that's something that I feel like a lot of times people don't understand is it's perfectly normal to feel sad or hurt if you're going through something emotionally challenging, like a breakup,
Mhm.
like losing a loved one.
Right.
There's that doesn't mean that you are suffering from some form of psychosis. It
Hmm.
just simply means that you're human and you're having a human moment. And you got to recognize, hey, fuck it, I'm having a human moment. What you want me
Yeah.
to do, huh?
Right. Right.
So that's,
Absolutely.
that's something that people, need to understand in their travels while they're doing whatever else they're doing.
Yes.
So I'm with you on that. We here, man. We here. You know what I'm saying? I
That's right.
see you. I see you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But like I said, a lot of times in the holidays, like people tend to start to reflect on a lot of things that aren't necessarily the best.
Yeah.
And what I felt works for me is I sweep it under the rug. No, that's terrible. That's terrible. Don't sweep it under the rug.
Don't sweep
Even
it.
though that is what I'll be honest, that's what I normally do.
Yeah.
I sweep that shit under the rug or I stuff it in the pocket and I got to suck it up because I have people that are counting on it. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, if I didn't do an inventory of the food, I would have came to my mom's house and been like, yo, so what's up with the dinner? They'd have been like,
Yeah.
I thought such and such was bringing it, and they thought this one's bringing it. My
Hmm.
mom's getting older, so sometimes she remembers some stuff, and she's on
Right.
point 90% of the time. She's still pretty good, so she's at about 85 to 90% efficiency. She
Okay.
used to operate at 125, so there was a decline, but she's still pretty good. But this was one of those moments, especially because like my stepfather has cancer, so she's very preoccupied with him and things deal with him, so she's thinking my sister's going to be handling whatever and blah, 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 blah. And it just doesn't necessarily end up playing out like that. So I had to send a food order. Thank God for Uber Eats one more time. They need to give me a check. We going to split that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Promotion. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Because we promoting them right now. But I mean,
Hmm.
I had to use that shit and fucking send the order to my mom's house so she could get cranking. Because when I come up tomorrow, I just want to sit down, watch movies, build with my family. I don't get to spend a lot of time with my family because I'm very busy with work. I have
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that I'm doing right now,
Right.
so, and I'm sure that's a lot of us, especially those of us that live in New York, especially New York City. But there's a reason you don't live in New York
Oh, there's so
City.
many. Too many people, too much traffic, too many dollars. No, thank you. Mm-mm.
And that's another thing too is the financial aspect I find is something that a lot of people tend to stress about. And the thing is, you got to look. Listen, I do pretty good for myself. I'm very grateful. I came up from nothing. I had nothing. I had to build it from scratch to the shit that I even have now, and I'm still building.
Right.
My 4 to 5 years is going to show a multiplication of growth because of things that I've put into place now.
Right.
But I don't have it yet. So, but I still look at it and I say to myself, I'm still grateful. Like, I'm able to live by myself. I have my own stuff. Like, it's not that bad. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying? There's people that can't do that shit. And especially in New York City, like, I know people who are doctors and lawyers. These motherfuckers is living at their home with their family because they like, I'm just not going to pay a mortgage for an apartment. Like,
That's right.
and the shit is a depressing thing. This is relevant because that financial aspect hurts. Like you walk into the mall because you might have to get one thing, and you see all the little families walking around looking all hunky dory with mad bags in their hand, shopping, and you sitting up here sad because you barely scraping to get one thing out of the fucking mall. You got to remember that there's a whole lot of people that can't even cop that one thing.
Yeah, but I
You
think
know.
I think one of the things that I don't love when people do is like, and then there's the balance of gratitude is like comparing like, oh well, like you may feel bad about this, but other people have it worse, but this is my bad, right? Like this is my level of bad. And then it's like, but I'm also grateful that I can do this one thing, right? So it's
Hmm.
it's just it's tough, and people put a lot of financial pressure on themselves for the holiday season. I have long let that go because I just feel like this is a commercialized time for capitalism on my little soapbox. And I'm not going to jeopardize my financial goals or my financial stability for one day. Like, I feel like that about a lot of stuff, like Christmas, weddings, um, all that stuff. Like, I'm not
Let
going
me
to
tell you something.
jeopardize that.
I'm gonna put you on to something. Now, the last suit I bought, which was for this event that I was hosting,
Hmm.
is a burgundy suit. Came with one of those, which well, I bought this kind of tie and all shit because I like wearing different kinds of ties and shit like that.
Hmm.
I'm drawing a blank as the name of the tie right now, but it's a different tie from the typical. Um, so anyway, I typically when I go to like if I gotta go to like a wedding or something special and formal, thank you, Joy. Ascot tie. See, Joy doesn't know every damn thing.
She does.
Um, so oh damn, I lost my place. Anyway, what I'm saying is that there are hacks to get around the bullshit. Like what I strongly suggest, and I'm just being honest because I made that mistake with that suit. That suit that I bought. When you buy suits, and I'm just, and this is relevant. We going because we talking about saving money right now. As a man, when you buy suits, you should buy suits that have colors and styles that are interchangeable with other suits that you have in your closet. Because the suit that I bought, I must have spent at least 500 or 600 on that shit, easy. And that's not even counting the shoes, the ascot tie, nothing. That's just for the shirt, pants, and jacket. I had to get it adjusted and everything else. I'm probably gonna have to adjust it again because I'm feeling like I'm starting to drop a little bit of weight. So even though I am getting some muscle, but muscle leans out. So especially on my body, I'll get a little bit more lean. So my thing is I spent all that money on that suit, and when am I ever gonna wear that again? Because now I done took 1,000 pictures. It's all over social media. You got this pressure, and it's on me because that's what a lot of people feel like. I wore this at this event. People saw me in these pictures. I can't then go to that other thing. Thank you, Joy, for the compliment. And then wear that again somewhere else because then people gonna be looking at me like I'm busted, like I'm whack. You know what I'm saying? And it's a real thing with social media because social media and the holidays and all that stuff apply pressure, and that pressure, and I see how we circle back around. That pressure will depress you,
Hmm. Hmm.
and that's the thing. But like I said, one of the hacks that I found is you get suits. Like me, I only wear for the most part, except for that suit. That suit's a different brand because I just happen to like the color and the style. But typically, I only wear Lauren, which is the Ralph Lauren suit brand.
Hmm.
So because of that, everything that I buy, whether it's my blazers or my suit pants, I can rotate the colors around. I can
Right.
wear the different pants with a different jacket and give it different looks. Because and understand this shit is expensive. Like the Lauren jackets alone are like $400 or $500 retail. And the pants is like a bucket. Yo, suit clothes is expensive, especially for me. I'm 6'6".
All
I have
right.
to wear shit that fit.
500. I don't think I've ever spent more than $200 on a piece of clothing, and I don't even think I was okay with that.
Well, we're not going to discuss what I spent on clothing because I've gotten cursed out a couple of times in my life for that. But we're gonna skip by that and go back to what we're talking about. Affordability.
Affordability.
The key thing is whatever brand that you decide to utilize, use that brand always so that you can rotate it around and it'll still make sense and it'll look good. You could put the brown with the blue or the black with the blue or the gray with a nice, I don't know, whatever the fuck color gray's gonna rock out with.
Burgundy.
Um, that part. Things like that.
Hmm.
And you could literally go on Pinterest and they will give you a list of the best suit colors to buy so that you can mix and match. You can get like 50 combinations out of them bitches easily.
Listen, I love
Um,
Pinterest. You can go on Pinterest and get some good, inexpensive gift ideas as well.
and that's and another hack, which is I use this for when I go to something like if I go to like a wedding, we need a tux, so I'll go into like a formal event where I'm really gonna dress up. I will go rent something.
Sure.
You spend like $200 to $300, they give you everything, especially the spot I go to. And they'll fit it, make sure it's fitted for me, and they give you the whole joint from the jacket to the tie, accessory, blah blah blah, all of that shit, the whole shop. And you can wear it, take a million pictures in it, and never have to see it again.
That's right.
And you might spend $250, $300, which still is gonna be about the retail you'd have spent for that suit anyway. So that's another option because you don't have to stress yourself out. You know, I'm probably irresponsible with some of the purchases I made, but they were all things that I did within my economic reach.
Hmm.
Don't, like you said, don't go outside of your means. That's why I don't like credit cards and these four pays of the devil and all of that shit is problems because they just create more bills for you. And these are things that you have to pay later. Like I use them, but I use them because I've always been paranoid about my digital security.
Mm.
So I don't use my credit card or debit card online like that.
Hmm.
I'll use PayPal or I'll use one of the four pays
Hmm.
or whatever because they produce card numbers that will be destroyed as soon as I finish my purchase.
Yeah.
So this way, there's no way to link it to my card to get my information and go buy shit.
Hmm.
That happened to one of my friends today. They fucking was complaining, talking about somebody was spending money on Easy Pass and shit with their credit card detail. And I think they was on Temu or one of them sites buying shit, and their website security is not the best.
Oh yeah, gotta be careful this holiday season too, because we're quick to buy something or purchase something by the deadline on sale and all that other stuff. Yeah,
Hmm.
so be careful the holiday season. We don't want to do things that add stress.
Yes, like do not do things to add stress to yourself because you're going to be miserable when that shit goes left on you. And you don't want that. You want to have a holly jolly Christmas. You know, yeah, I said
Hanukkah and
it.
Kwanzaa.
All that stuff. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, but I'm wearing a Christmas hat, so, I it is what it is. But my thing is that you must again, not let yourself go down that rabbit hole of stress. If you find yourself starting to get depressed, do not be afraid to contact your friend or your family member and confide in them and just unload. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit out. Talk to somebody. Do not keep that shit in. Do not do what I do, which is sit in your house and fucking brood. And that's why I'm not doing that. I'm going to go hang with my family,
That's right.
go hang with my mom, go see my stepfather and all that stuff
Hmm.
because you don't know how long these people got.
That's right.
You don't know when it's time for that ticket to get punched for anyone.
Hmm.
And you don't want to miss out on those special moments because you took it for granted.
Right.
Because then
Absolutely.
that leads to a rabbit hole of way more depression.
Right. Right.
So that's one of my things.
Okay.
Now, again, I'm the experiment on the social experiment because I'm always the guinea pig of me having all this damage and dating experiences and all types of other shit. And don't feel a way if you don't see your partner on Christmas because depending on the nature of your dynamic and your connection, you might not be at the part where y'all are spending time with each other's families yet.
Oh. Hmm. Hmm.
So don't make that like something that like that gets to spend time in your head. Don't allow that to pay rent in your head or do anything to stress you out because you'll see your partner when you see them. Sometimes, especially holiday time, there's times I'm in relationship, whatever, and it's like, hey, I'm over here and I'm doing this. We'll holler at each other later.
I
Don't
don't
be
know about that. I don't know about that, Max. I think as long as it's not an important day to you. Like if it's an important day to you, it should be something your partner's intentional about, unless it's like I have to work, I'm not gonna be able to, or something
what
like
it,
that. But there
but
should be.
but what about the family thing? Like I said, be just because you're together don't mean it's time to have family and be in front of each other's family. So how do you square that circle? Especially if the proximities are spaced out, where their families may be down south and your family's up north. How do you square those circles? Because obviously you ain't gonna be able to spend that time together if they're over there tending to that. So
The day is
you have
long.
to, huh?
The day is long. If you're gonna be, if I'm in, Kansas and you're in Arkansas, whatever, or Vermont, then
You are saying something totally unrealistic right now, right?
no, I'm not because when if it's important to you, you make time for it. So yes, I'm gonna be with my family today, but from 11 to 12 is you and I. We have time together, or we did a little mini Christmas before we were apart, or we do something together. We schedule something after. If it's not on the day, and it's an important time for you, it's not that important to me. That's not important to me in dating or anything like that. But if it were important to someone I'm dating, then we would figure something out. That's realistic.
I mean, yeah and no. See, this is where my no comes in. If the distance is too great, or if my time is invested here, and like I said, you're at the stage of relationship where you're in that flux,
Mm-hmm.
where it's not time to meet the parents yet or
Right.
meet the relatives, there has to be an understanding where you look and say, you know what? I'm spending time. I'm with the family today. Da, da, da. We gonna get up. If it's somewhere where you can't get back there the same day, because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, planes fly and birds fly and shit flies too. But guess what? You got to operate within your means again.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all are in two different areas, you ain't gonna see them that time because they with the family, and you got to be mature enough to accept that shit. You can't have a titty attack. You got to be like, I'm gonna go kick it with my family too. Blah blah blah, and we'll get up on the next one, or we'll get up another day.
Okay.
That's how you handle that.
All right. As
Because
long as it's
what you're saying ideally sounds good, but it's not realistic.
I think it's realistic. Why isn't
Of
it?
course it is, because you want it to be, because you trying to say somebody, one person's in Georgia and the other person's in fucking Maryland, that they supposed to fucking somehow, some way spend time with their family and then get on a red eye or whatever the fuck and get to you. That's not happening, Captain. First of all, they probably there sipping a little bit of that eggnog, you know what I'm saying? They having a good time. They doing their thing. And this is even if they're kind of local, but it might be a little bit of a drive. Once
Mm-hmm.
that person's drinking, that night is over. They not going nowhere,
All
and
right.
you should encourage them to. Do you know the holiday season collects more DUIs than the majority of the year?
I'm sure.
More accidents and all types of stuff happen because during this time of year, people drink at a higher rate, and then a lot of them think that they're okay and get behind the wheel and whatever else.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
speaking of speaking of which, because I'm doing this early today. Because I
Uh
told you I'm not fucking around with this. I'm not staying on here too long today because I got things to do, and that's why we did this earlier time and shit. Let me see here. So, speaking of driving responsibly, we have this little party going on for New Year's. You know, you might have heard about it. Little New Year's Eve party at Temptations, the Street Friends. It's going to be a good time. People, the outfits that I'm hearing, it sounds like people are really going to dress nice before they take it off.
Yeah.
I'll
Dress
keep
up
my
or dress
clothes.
down.
I'll keep my clothes on. So that's
You
their
think so,
business.
or you just saying that?
Oh no, I'm pretty confident because me and the clubs, I chill.
Okay.
My thing is I'm very OCD with the hygiene. So if I can't comfortably fully douse myself in cleanliness, I don't want to get myself messed up. You
Mm,
know.
yeah. Yeah.
So and here comes Joy talking about midnight orgy and shit. I don't know. I don't know nothing about any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna be in my corner
You gonna learn
sipping
that
a
day.
beverage. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna be driving responsibly that day. You know why? Because I'm
Why?
keeping my car parked in a fucking garage
That's
and
right.
I'm taking an Uber.
That's right.
Because I was going through it in my head, but I said to myself, you know, I want to drink, I want to have a good time. And if I drive to the city, I'm gonna have to pay for parking anyway. It's a whole hassle. This way, I can just get out right in front of the venue, even if it's
Yes.
cold, and just step right on in
That's it.
and keep it moving. In
Mm-hmm.
comparison to having to park in a garage and da da da. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. For those of y'all who are doing the math and saying, I'm gonna tell you first of all, that area, the parking is iffy. There's parking though,
It
but
is.
the thing is with that area is that I'm just paranoid, so I don't like parking on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've gotten tickets enough times that I can't do it. Like I rather just so my suggestion is to take an Uber so we
Mm-hmm.
can really just drink, get fucked up, and do some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying?
Have
But for
fun.
those of you who choose to drive, drive responsibly, have a designated driver. Because I'm sure there's always that one person that don't really drink like that anyway.
Right.
So you can let them be the driver, and y'all can get y'all drink on. That's what us at the social experiment will suggest because
That's
that's
right.
what it's all about.
Be
You know
safe.
what I'm saying? Being safe. We gonna quickly go through this. This podcast goes down Mondays 9 p.m.
DF
Eastern
Nation.
Standard Time. I know I still didn't put up the flyer that y'all gave me 5 times. I know. I'm busy. I forget. But at least I'm putting something up and it says Pillow Talk. So leave me alone. This is what I'm putting up and it is what it is until it's something else. You know what I'm saying? This is free advertisement, so ain't nobody holding me on nothing right now.
Oh my.
Oh yeah. And shout out to my people over by the BLX experiment, experience. It's an experiment. Experience. They come on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. I don't know if they're doing the show tomorrow because it's Christmas Day, but maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But I would say find them on Facebook. You
Mm-hmm.
can, you know, follow everything they're doing there. They have a lot of interesting topics in their group chats and stuff too. So on the group page, I should say. So, dive on into that.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen and ladies, we have the thing that's coming up. Oh man, this one is being held close to my heart because I'm holding everybody accountable with this, and that is the hotel takeover event. You say, Max, why are you
Yes.
holding everybody accountable? Because if you look on my Facebook page and you look where it says birth date, my birth date is August 21st. If you
Hey.
look at the date of this thing, it is August 22nd through the 24th. Know
Yes.
what that means? We turning the fuck up
Yes.
for a real brother's birthday, at the same damn time while I have to work because I am going to be working during this weekend. It won't be all fun and games for me, but I'm damn sure going to find me some fun in the mix too. You know what I'm saying? I got
Yes.
the room. I already have an idea how I'm gonna design the room. Probably give it a nice little ambiance. Have the
Okay.
table out. Have my tools of the trade out there. You know, because I am studying certain things and learning certain things. You know, trying to up my IQ when it comes to the BDSM world. I'm not
Yes.
trying to be called no dom or nothing like that. I just like to do dom shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I have my own special classification. I'm Max. That's who I am.
Maximus.
You call me what you want, but I'm Max. So we gonna have a nice little setup for that. You know, maybe there'll be a little massage action. I don't know because massages are a lot of work, and I don't know if I feel like working on my. I should be getting the massages on my birthday, not having to
That's right.
perform them for others. But
Sign up to
sometimes
get
performing
Max a
them for others,
massage.
yeah, y'all could sign up for that,
Hmm.
all of that good shit. And see, look at Joy coming up with a name. Nope, we're not doing that, Joy.
Oh, what's the
Even though it does have
name?
a nice ring to it. No, she says Sir Maximus. We have no time for that. I know it rolls off the tongue, but we I have not earned that title, so I will not take claim of that title
But you got time
until
to
I feel
earn the
like I've
title
earned it. Yeah,
before
well,
August.
I'm gonna see. I want to take my time with all of that stuff
Okay.
because, like I said, I feel like it's an honor to be somebody in that world because people are trusting you with their safety and their deepest levels of kink and everything else. It's a lot of responsibility. And sometimes I don't feel like being responsible. So I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, hotel takeover. The link, I'm putting up the link right now. Y'all mofos better stop acting like y'all don't see these links. Y'all better click on this shit and do what you gotta do because we gonna make it do what it do, baby. That's just how it goes. And shame on me, I didn't have it queued up because even though I have where I put it queued up, I kind of botched it because I didn't. I've been sending myself a lot of stuff. Here it goes. And this Eventbrite is where you will buy your ticket. You also have to book your room. Joy, if you be so great as to put the link up for the room thing, that'll be amazing. I'm gonna put these in these chats. Y'all gotta book y'all rooms. We'll put
Yes.
it boom. That's to buy your tickets for it. You put the code MAX when you buy your tickets on Eventbrite, and that makes America great again. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna do that shit. We gonna make it pop. We gonna make it shop. We gonna make it pop, stop, drop, and roll. It's gonna be an amazing time to be
Amazing time.
alive. And you're gonna want to be there because if you don't make it there, you're gonna be the one that's gonna feel sick, and you're gonna wish that you were there when you weren't there, and it's gonna be a sad, sad.
Yeah, because there's not going to be any evidence that anybody was there because it's camera free. So you'll just have to miss out if you don't get your stuff
The
together.
only pictures you're going to see from there is either pictures in the sanctioned area or pictures in people's rooms before they go party. But any of the action, you will see no action.
No
There'll be
action.
no action photos, no nothing.
Hmm.
So this is super discreet. So for those of you who like discreet situations, this is the
Good
place
for
that you want
you.
to be. Thank you, Joy, for putting that up. Um, and now I'm gonna save that so that I have that for future shows because again, we gotta make it great. We gotta we gotta make it do what it does, how it does it when we do it. You feel me? Like it's just one of those things. We have to like really do everything we can to enjoy the things that we have going on in life because life is short, man. Life is short, but life is long. It's one of those things. And we want y'all to understand that us at the social experiment, me and my new lovely co-host Nova here, you know, we are here to try to enrich your lives and make a better situation, have some fun, talk some shit. And that can only happen if you're able to get through those, those hard times.
Yeah.
We got to laugh together. We got to cry together. We got to do it all.
Hmm.
So, you know, find your loved ones, even if you wasn't going to pull up on them, just pull up on them and say, hey. That's what I suggest. You got anything else, Nova? Because we could pretty much wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm suggesting that you take care of you first. I'm suggesting that if you need some extra sleep before you get in a car and go somewhere, then do that. If whatever you need to do that's going to feed you, drink your water, get some vegetables in you, and meditate, journal, whatever you got to do so that you can be okay. Do that before you reach out and pour out into anybody else. That's my suggestion. We're going to get through this, but we're going to get through it healthy so that we
Yes.
can live the rest of our days. We're not going to let this day dictate the other 364.
And announcement next week, no social experiment because we are going to be busy preparing for our New Year's event. So, show ain't going to happen because we can only be in so many places at once. Who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe there'll be like a quick little line. Oh, no, there won't be. Never mind. Yeah, nope.
It's
Never
okay. They gotta
mind.
watch the reruns. If you just
Yes, there's
subscribed,
plenty
watch
of
the
reruns
reruns.
to watch.
And
Yes.
make sure you go on YouTube, like us, watch all the videos, share them on your social media. That's what you do
hmm
next week while you getting ready. You listen to us and you listen to all the dope wisdom that we're spitting in this social world. And then get ready to see us after that.
Yes. And I think I want everybody to have a safe and prosperous new year as we go into the 2025 situation.
Yes.
And Joy has a point. You also could come to Temptations and see us there live. I'll be shaking hands and kissing titties. I mean, kissing cheeks. Oh, damn, that didn't sound any better.
Oh, it
Anyway,
wasn't.
I'll be there to say hi. Nova will be there giving hugs. Damn, we can't even say the giving hugs thing
No,
thanks
you
to a
can't say
certain
giving
somebody.
hugs.
Ah, what the fuck? All right, listen, we'll be there and we'll say hi to you. You can say hi to us, and it'll be a high time, and that'll be what it is.
High time.
High time. And, we'll keep everything pretty much generic, you know, well behaved, honest engine.
See, look at that.
We'll
You
see what
favored
happens.
us. You
We'll
favored
see what happens. We'll see. I'm gonna be well behaved. Like I'm not worried about me because
us.
I'm not doing anything but chilling and sipping liquor. I'll jam to the music and I'll try to look decent. Put on a little
So,
outfit. I haven't even gotten an outfit yet, so I'm last minute like that
oh
because
my
I dress
goodness.
according to my mood. So I have to see what my mood is saying. Right now, I'm kind of torn because I'm
Okay.
debating between slacks and jeans. So that's like a debate for obvious reasons. Because honestly, I'm more comfortable in slacks.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's why I'm like, do I want to go for comfort or go for the semi-casual look? Blazer, throw on the thing. Either way, I got shoes for it, so I'm not worried about the shoes. It's just
Whatever makes you feel sexier, but everybody be at temptation so you can see if Max
yes, be a
actually
temptation.
behaves.
We I will be behaving. You have nothing to worry about. I will be on my worst, best behavior.
Oh, okay. All right. We like that. Now I feel better.
Yeah, I'll be on my best behavior. You know
That's
what I'm
great.
saying? And
Yes.
that's how we gonna do this. But
Yes.
everybody, I want to wish y'all a Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy New Year. It's going to be beautiful. We got so much in store.
Yes, and we're gonna try to drag. a couple of people on here so we could put them in a hot seat. Because one of the things I
Ooh,
want to start doing is I think once a month I want to have what's called a hot seat show, where we put somebody in a hot seat and we cross analyze them from the male and the female perspective. I know you didn't even know this. I came up with this while I was driving,
love
but
it.
we're gonna put somebody that's a brave volunteer in the hot seat, and they have to be single, like single enough to be online and talk about being single. And we're
Wow.
gonna talk to them and cross analyze them to see what it is about them
All
that is
right, let's
making
do it.
them be single. And I don't want to hear the bullshit of, oh, I'm doing it by choice. Yeah, yeah, we all have a choice. Not talking about that. But we want to get into the nitty gritty of that because there are so many people that are just like you. And you need to understand that you're not alone. We're all in this together.
That's right. That's
So
right.
we gonna help each other out. That's what we do here at the Social Experiment. Also, there's gonna be a little video coming up that's gonna explain the origins of the Social Experiment and what it's here for and its mission statement. So look
Yeah.
out for that video. But anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Ramadan, Happy all the other holidays in between, winter solstice, all
All,
that shit.
all of that.
And Christmas, kinda, even though this isn't really the accurate day, but I digress. We'll call it what it is. Merry Christmas, all that shit,
We gonna
and a
see y'all
Happy New
next
Year.
year.
We'll see y'all next year.
Good
You,
night.
good night, y'all. Peace out. Bye. Now we stand here awkwardly and wait because we still have no outro.